little bit about yourself and your career as a model.
Thank you so much for having me. I started my career in the modeling industry in 2016, and I wanted to go into the world of modeling to inspire other Middle Eastern women in having a representation for them and motivating them to do what they wanted to do in the world of fashion. Dealing with a lot of body image issues at the time, and I wanted to embrace my body and be proud of my body and just dress it up in a way that made me feel beautiful regardless of my size. And I looked up, it was like 2 a.m, I was in my dorm, and I looked up fat models, actually, because I felt like I was fat, I was unhappy, I was not beautiful. So I was like, are there fat models? And I looked it up and I saw Curve, Love Your Curves, or Curvy Models page. It was, this is what it was. Full Figure Fashion Week is what I saw. And I was like, oh my God, there are fat women walking the runway. And that was in 2013, 2014. And there was a movement happening with body positivity and embracing your curves. And I was like, what? And that moment was such a powerful moment for me to realize that there are women like me who are also in the fashion industry, who are beautiful and confident. And after seeing that and learning more about women like that and how to dress your size, I felt so much more confident learning about fashion and finding the pieces that made me feel confident in myself. And that's what really inspired me to, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to go and seek this out and see how I can be a part of it and what I can do to motivate other women like me to embrace that and feel that. There's so many great highlights, so many moments where I had to take a step back and think, is this my life? And
Yeah.
What an incredible way to, when you say you're achieving your dreams, like I was living my dreams. And it started with shooting alongside my inspiration, Ashley Graham, in the rooftop of a old building in California. Just
that sounds amazing.
incredible experience. And then getting signed by one of the biggest modeling agencies in New York City.
Wow.
And
Wow.
and then lastly, just being one of the curve models in a major brand, launch of a major brand's curve line. Honestly, going into it, I really didn't know what to expect. And despite the body positivity movement, there was still a disconnect between the proportionate body size, the right kind of plus size that you had to be. And unfortunately, it perpetuated still that unrealistic, unattainable body image within the plus size industry that now I have noticed a lot of these young models, they think that a flat stomach and big hips is a natural look, and it's really not. And unfortunately, they are going towards the medical route and getting those medically enhanced. And that is the perception that we are putting out there for our youngsters, that is now an ideal, normal curve woman. And that's not it. So we've gone to a different spectrum of different unattainable body ideals that is really damaging to our society and our younger generation.
Yeah, the pendulum kind of swung the other way.
Yeah. And it was okay also, but there was good that came out of it, a lot of awareness, but unfortunately it also is doing some damage that we need to be aware of.
And what was a pivotal experience or experiences in your career?
I would say it would definitely be the time when I decided to take a step back from modeling. I was offered a major project with a really big brand.
Okay.
And I believe they were offering me somewhere around like $9,000, $10,000 for just a few hours of a shoot.
Yeah.
And it was requiring me to be in one of their underwear lines and just with body paint and nothing else.
Okay.
And it was that moment when I realized that it was no longer aligning with my goal and how I want to be represented in this industry. Sure. And also, when you have pictures like that, you don't have the rights to those pictures. So
at all?
No, because you are getting paid You are the subject, and you're
wow.
getting paid for the rights of those images. So they can do whatever they want with those pictures. Put them as many times as they want up on social media. They can put them on billboards. They can do whatever they want. They own the rights to it.
Sure.
So knowing that, at that time, I decided that was not something I was comfortable with. But that was because I knew that from the beginning that I never wanted to be questioned in any of the projects that I was doing down the line, because I wanted to have other career goals, and I had other professional endeavors. So looking back into it, I am really happy and content with the decision that I made today, working as a government, federal employee, and knowing that there isn't any pictures of me out there that I would be ashamed of, or I wouldn't feel proud of being a part of.
Yeah, absolutely. In that vein, what would you tell somebody who's aspiring to be a model? It could be a little girl, little boy, grown adult, anybody, anywhere on the gender spectrum. What would you tell that person?
I would say just know your boundaries, know yourself and what you are comfortable with, and definitely trust your instinct. If something feels uncomfortable, it's because it is. If it's too good to be true, it's because it is. If you are working with a photographer and he's making promises that I'm going to do this and that to your photos and make you shine, and or he has a great portfolio and you want to be a part of that, know that you should have a contract, even if it's a draft, even if it's something that you've just written up on Word. Make sure that you have your boundaries and your non-negotiables highlighted on there, and have the rights to your pictures. There's no reason that a up and coming aspiring model should not own their own pictures, especially if you're collaborating with another up and coming photographer or an up and coming makeup artist or a hair, because they are going to include all these different people in one project. And so you want to make sure that you protect yourself in the long run.
Helei, you're obviously just a beautiful person inside and out. Thank you so much for being here and for speaking so candidly to our audience.
Thank you.
I'll keep an eye on the comments, and if any of them have questions for you, I'll try and get those your direction. But do you have any comments for the audience before you go?
I would say, if I may, I definitely would like to make a recommendation to the audience and say that anytime you're trying something on, or when you are shopping, you're going to have so many options now, more than I did. And at the time that I was struggling with my body image, and I just want you to take a moment and look at yourself in the mirror smiling and wanting to feeling beautiful, because we get so bogged down on these sizes, and every size is different, every brand name is different, every shirt is different in the same rack. Do not let a shirt or a size of a outfit represent how you feel about yourself, and think that, oh, I need to lose weight to fit in this. No, find a shirt, find a dress that is your right size and that makes you feel beautiful in that moment. And look at yourself and smile. That's going to make a world of difference in your experience and how you see yourself.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much.
All I wanna